Okay, James just asked if we're going to finish all of these in 2 class periods. My goal is to get 17 done today. We won't finish that in class, okay? But I will put the rest of them online. So by tonight, all 17 will be there, okay? SK. It is incorrect. Okay. Number 6 says, solve the absolute value inequality, graph the solution set. What do I have to do, Chandlers? If I've got an absolute value and I'm trying to solve. I've got to get the absolute value by itself. Exactly. So Parker, what should I do first?
I think you should add the 2 and add the 2 and get rid of it.
I agree. Let's add the 2 to both sides. And so now we're going to get 3 times the absolute value of S is greater than or equal to 9. And then Sarah, what do you want to do now?
Divide each side by 3.
Perfect. Divide this side by 3 and this side by 3. So I'm going to get the absolute value of S is greater than or equal to 3. Okay. Now, where do I go from there, Cameron?
After that, the absolute value is how many away it is, so it could be either 3 or negative 3.
But it's not an equality. It's an inequality.
So, you put in graph.
I'm not ready for a graph
no,
yet. I'm not ready for it yet.
You split 2, put it.
Thank you. Or I split it into 2, in this case, inequalities. So it's going to be S is greater than or equal to 3, and S is less than or equal to negative 3. Okay? Now I don't have any solving left to do because there was nothing inside the absolute value with the S. So now I'm going to graph that. What are the 2 critical numbers, Lake?
3 and negative 3.
3 and negative 3. Now, can it be equal to those 2 numbers, Lake? It does have it says or equal to. So I'm going to color those in. But it says that S is less than or equal to negative 3, so I need to shade this way. And S is greater than or equal to positive 3, that way. Because it's greater, the absolute value is greater than 3, I have to move away from 3 and negative 3, not between them. Okay? These are all the numbers that have an absolute value bigger than 3. These are all the numbers that are more than 3 from 0. Okay? Yes,
When you split it into 2 equations and it was just like all we have is S left,
Yep.
did you kind of write it by like S is greater than or equal to plus or minus 3?
well, you can do that. I like to keep them separate like this so that it helps me with the graph. But it's not incorrect that you did that. Okay? No, it is incorrect. You said what? S is
greater than or equal to plus or minus.
But see, it's not greater than minus 3. See, I'm sorry, I caught myself there. Thank goodness before I made a mistake on the video and I had to throw it out. Okay? So you can't do that combination when it's an inequality. You can when it's an equation. Okay? All right, let's look at this next one. Solve the absolute value inequality. Okay? It says the absolute value of 3 plus 4n is less than or equal to 15. SK, what do I need to do? Yeah, because there's nothing, I don't have to isolate the absolute value, it's already by itself. So I'm ready to go ahead and separate it. So I get 3 plus 4n is less than or equal to 15. I write it just without the absolute value. Then I get 3 plus 4n is greater than or equal to negative 15. Good. Okay. Now we just solve from here. Subtract 3 from both sides. I'm going to get 4n is less than or equal to 12. Divide by 4. Do I need to flip the inequality? No, because I'm dividing by a positive, not a negative. It's only when I multiply or divide by a negative. N is less than or equal to 3. Subtract 3 from both sides. I get 4n is greater than or equal to negative 18. Divide by 4. And n is greater than or equal to negative, I don't know what that is. 4.5? 4.5? About negative 4.5 or negative 4.5? Okay. So, when I'm graphing it, remember, it says absolute value is less than. That means they're going to run together. because the absolute value is less than a certain number. Okay? Now, when I graph this, the two critical numbers, it's negative 4.5 and positive 3. Put my circles around it. It said it could be equal to it, so I'm going to go ahead and color those in. Bless you. It says that n is greater than negative 4.5 and less than 3. So they're going to run together. Okay? Good. Good. Let's look at the next one. All right. Okay. Well, Bella, what do you think? Absolute value 1 minus parentheses 3 minus 2x, close parentheses, close the absolute value, less than 18.
Since the thing on the left is all in absolute value, we
Yeah.
can branch it off into 2.
All right, we can go ahead and break it into two
And
inequalities.
So 1 minus parentheses, all that stuff.
Uh-huh. Is less than, not, or equal.
Less than 18.
Is less than 18.
And then on the other side, the same, but it's greater than negative 18.
Okay. Same thing, but it's going to be greater than negative 18. Okay. Well, the first thing I have to do is distribute this negative. 1 minus 3 plus 2x is less than 18. 1 minus 3 plus 2x is greater than negative 18. Let me put these two together. Negative 2 plus 2x is less than 18. Yes, ma'am, SK.
I think we can take the negative in absolute value.
The absolute value cannot be negative. This thing up here cannot be negative. Okay? But we've now split it into two bits. Okay? This isn't an absolute value number anymore. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to get negative 2 plus 2x is greater than negative 18. All right, let's keep rolling. Okay. Add 2 to both sides. 2x is less than 20. X is less than 10. Add 2 on this side. 2x is greater than, what is that, negative 16? Divide by 2, and x is greater than negative 8. Okay? Remember, it said absolute value is less than. That means they're going to run together instead of run away from each other. Okay? So, two critical numbers, negative 8, positive 10. Circle them. Should I color in the circles?
No.
No. It's greater than negative 8, less than 10. They run together. Done. Okay? All right. Think we can get another one in? One more?
Yeah,
one more
we
before
can.
you go? Drew, help me out then.
Okay.
We may be able to get 2. I mean, come on. Right? It says write the inequality. You can see it's an inequality because it's shaded. Okay? Is this line solid or dotted, Drew? The boundary line.
It is dotted, so it can't be an equal to.
So it can't be an equal to. Okay? What kind of a line is that?
It's an X. Horizontal.
You know, it is horizontal, but it's not an X line.
It's a Y line.
It's a Y line. Y lines are horizontal. X lines are vertical.
Okay, so
So I know
Y
that this is Y.
is
What's the number?
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
More
And
than-
now we need to know, is it greater than or equal to, less than or equal
Greater
to?
than.
Greater than, is it equal to?
no.
No, because it's a dotted line. Exactly. Okay? Remember, and you guys have got to get this down. It's been a whole year. It's been a whole year. The vertical lines are always X equals, or X is less than, or playtime on the right side. Okay, let's look at the next one just before you go. Okay? Okay, now we've got a system. All right. How many boundary lines do we have, Chambliss? We've got 2, right? Let's deal with one of them. All right? Let's deal with this one, Chambliss. Is that all right? Okay. Now, looking at that one, I want to write an equation of that line for the boundary. So I know I need the slope and the y-intercept, right? Can you tell what the y-intercept is? That's the easy one always. It's negative 3, right? Okay. Now, can you, looking at this, tell what the slope is? It looks like 1, right? up 2 and over 2, up 1 over 1, that always brings us back. So it looks like the slope is 1. So we're just going to say 1x or x. Okay? Now the question is the shading below that line? Is it above that line? Can it be equal to? What do I need here? Do I need less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, less than, greater than, what? Just less than, not less than or equal to? How do I know that it's not equal to?
Because it's
The dotted line. Good. Okay. Now, let's give an equation for that line. Dylan?
Okay, well, it's a y line.
It's a y line because it's horizontal.
And it's all, and it's solid, so y is greater than or equal to -3.
Greater than or equal to because it's a solid line. And what is it, -3?
And
Beautiful. So that's the system, and this is the solution to that system of inequality. All right. Nice job, not bad. How many did we get done? 10? Good, I got another 7 to get done for you guys. They'll be online. All right? Thank you guys. Great job.